Hi, so today I'm going to show you how to paint and assemble this floral rainbow, and you can use this on a sign or you can put it on a round. It's up to you how you want to use this file. So it does come with the words welcome, there's welcome, and friends. There's friends, and there's a little eye dot too that goes there. I'm just gonna set it over here. And it also has a little butterfly that you can put on the rainbow or on the words, wherever you want to put it. So I already have everything assembled, and I'm just gonna go ahead and take it apart so I can go ahead and get started on the rainbow. So this is all assembled. I'm gonna just go ahead and show you. It's just kind of puzzle pieces on top. You can see where all the pieces go. And then this all just kind of pieces together. You can see they all kind of puzzle together like that. And then this little piece goes here. There's a little piece to the tulip. And then this little piece over here goes on top. Really easy to put together. So I'm just going to go and put this off to the side. And then I'm going to bring this back in just a few minutes after we're done painting the rainbow. So I'm just going to set this over here. And I'm going to use a lot of pastels to make this really spring-like and just really fun. So I'm going to do like pink, and then I have an apricot color for this layer here. And then I have a yellow, and then I'm going to do like a blue. So I'm going to do it really simple. And I don't want to do a lot of green because there's going to be greens already. So I'm skipping the green. So I'm going to just go ahead and do the blue. So this is all one piece, and it does fit on a standard sheet. You can adjust it too if you want to make it bigger or smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be using these little sponges. And I got these on Temu. I think they were like $5 for like a pack of 48 of them. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it on my finger. And I'm going to dip it into my pink. And I'm going to go ahead and get started on that top layer of my rainbow. So, and it's just a really light pink. It's very pretty, like a mauve. So it's a very, very light pink. And if you wanted to go a little brighter, you can go with more like a ballet pink. I might even go a little brighter than that, but I like this nice subtle pink. So it's almost the same color as the MDF almost. But I want to try to stick with just really muted tones. I don't want to go too crazy. You can do brighter colors if you wanted to, but I just wanted to do more of the pastels for this. There we go. And these do come in bigger sizes too. I have the big ones that are more handheld rather than putting them on your finger. And they're for bigger surface area. I just want to make sure I get everything that's going to get, and it's not going to be covered. I want to make sure I cover everything with that pink. So there's that. My pink. And you can see how pretty that is. It's a really nice color. And this is just Dixie Belle. This color is called Tea Rose. I'm gonna hold this down. And it just kind of saves you from having to have brush strokes. You don't have to use these if you don't want to. I just figured it'd be something fun, a new way to apply your paint. There we go. There we are. And I don't wash these after I'm done with them. I just chuck them out. If I use them for a long period of time, I just go ahead and chuck them. You can wash them. I try to use them like for a couple hours before I throw them out. I use them for quite a few projects before I throw them out. So I try to use them for a few shades of colors. Like I try not to waste too much, but these little guys last quite a while. I can use these all day, just one of them. I can show you. I'll use this again for the apricot color so I don't have to be wasteful. There we are. And almost done with the pink. And I was painting my patriotic stars, so I got a little bit of red over here on this. I just put a fresh new paper towel down, so I'm just gonna move this over just in case. There we are. That's all dried paint anyways, but just to be on the safe side. There we are. Just want to make sure that I get a nice good coating. That's a really pretty pink. It's called Tea Rose Dixie Belle chalk paint. But really any pretty pastel pink would work. I just like these because you don't really get the paint on the edges. Kind of helps you be a little bit less messy with your painting. There we are. And once you're happy with that, you can go ahead and you can change colors. I just want to make sure I have enough coating on there. And then it's nice and even. There we are. Just make sure it's good. All right. I could use a bigger one for this, just so it would have gone a little faster. All right. Make sure it's all blended in really good. Okay, so there's my pink. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just wipe this off over to the side. I'm going to wipe it off on my paper towel. And I'm going to change colors. And then I wipe that all off there. And I'm just going to go ahead and dip that into my apricot. And you can see that's a nice pretty apricot color. And that's just apricots from Dixie Belle. I mean, really any peach color would work. And this is going to be covered up by a lot of the greens here. So I think most of this is going to be covered up. But just to be on the safe side, I'm just going to put a little bit of the leftover here. There we are. There we go. Grab some more paint. And I'm just gonna go through here. Such a pretty color. I really like that apricot. Alrighty. And if you wanted to do like your standard colors, totally up to you. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on a round. And I did buy an 18-inch round from Craft Deals. And I used the 1/2-inch thick wood. That's totally up to you. You can cut your rounds yourself. I do have a round that you can put together, piece together yourself, but I think on one of these kind of files, those lines might show. So if you have a big laser, you can cut a round, but I have a whole bunch of leftover ones from Craft Deals. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this on an 18-inch round that I stained with white stain. So I will show you that once everything is all finished here. There we are. There's our apricot layer. Kind of very pretty peach. I wasn't sure if these two colors were going to be too similar, but I can see that they are. In the bottles, they looked like they were going to be very similar, but they're not. They look pretty nice. I'm just going to grab another little bit more because I want to make sure I don't have any edges showing. Just sometimes you need more than one layer, one coat. There we are. Really fun. There we are. Just blend that right out. Okay, so I am going to grab another one. I'm going to do yellow next. I could wipe that off and just keep using the same one, but I am going to grab another one. There we are. I'm going to grab some yellow for the next layer. This is like a dandelion yellow. There we are. And I don't know if I like how bright that yellow is. I can always tone that down with some white. I think I might do that because I'm like, might be a little bit too yellow. So I'm gonna just tone that down just a hair. I'm gonna take some white chalk paint just because I think that's just too yellow. All right, and I have some white chalk paint. I'm just gonna kind of blend that out. So I feel like that's just too yellow. And I don't have another yellow that's as like a nice like light yellow. So I'm just gonna kind of blend them together. I'm just gonna use the cap and just kind of blend it and make it a little bit more of a pastel yellow versus that bright yellowy color. There we go, that looks a little better. More of a pale yellow. There we are. That looks much better. There. And I think some of that bottom of that rainbow is gonna show, so I'm just gonna get that bottom piece there. And I'm gonna continue on doing that same thing. Grab a little bit of white. Grab a little bit of white. And then I'm gonna blend those colors. I'm gonna grab a little bit of yellow. There we are. And blend those two out. I think I like the lighter. It just seemed like it was very, very yellowy. I just didn't want a really bright yellow. There we go. That looks much better. So if you ever see you're working with something, you're like, this is just too yellow or something, just mix your colors together. There we go. Some more of that yellow in here. Just keep blending it out. There we go. And you don't have to do yellow here. You could do like the green and then do the blue in the middle, or you could do the blue and maybe purple in the middle. It's really how you wanna do your rainbow. So whatever colors you want to do. I just figured I'd like to do some yellow. I just feel like yellow is such a pretty, fun spring color. Alrighty. There we go. Such a pretty pastel. There we go. There. Get rid of this a little bit more here. Work my way back through, make sure it's all even. There we go. And make sure it's all blended. Okay. Just want to make sure I don't have any weird lines or anything. Okay. Okay. So for my next color, I'm going to do like a pretty blue. All right. Okay. I'm gonna come back to that. I'm gonna grab another one. And you can rinse these off. If I have, if they don't have too much paint on them, I can always rinse them off. I'm gonna use this color here. This is called Sea Glass. And that's a pretty blue. It's kind of like a greenish blue. And these are all Dixie Belle paints. There we are. Okay. And you can use like folk art paints. It doesn't matter which brand you want to use. I just like chalk paint just because I feel like it covers really well in one coat. I noticed that with some of the acrylic paints, it takes a few extra coats. There we are. That's pretty, that sea glass. I haven't used this one yet, so I wanted to try this color. When I was on vacation in South Carolina, there was a good deal on these paints, so I just happened to, that's why I'm using a lot of these, because I had gotten a good amount of them while I was out of town. On camera, this looks more green, but it's actually a little bit more blue in real life. So, and there's also duck egg, vintage duck egg. That's another good blue color you could use. I have that one here I could use. I'm going to use on some of the florals. I have a lot of really pretty ones that I want to use. I really like this this muted rainbow. I think it looks so pretty. It's a nice pretty pastel, really pretty pastels. There we are. I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure I get all the parts that aren't going to be covered. There we go. Okay. I like how there's less and less to do as you get to the middle of that rainbow. All right. There we are. That's all there is to that. Really cute. Alrighty. I was gonna put like polka dots and stuff on the insides, but I didn't want to make it too busy because we already have the flowers going on top, so I didn't want to go too crazy on the rainbow. Thought solid was probably my best bet. Okay, so there's my rainbow, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to grab those pieces that I took off earlier. Make sure that everything is covered, like there's no spaces that I left blank on the rainbow. Looks like I got everything. There's nothing going to be showing. All right, it looks good. All right. All right, then I'm gonna just go ahead and take this away, and then I'm gonna move on to the next part. I'm just gonna set this over here. All righty. So I'm going to take this apart now. So this is the tulip. It just comes apart like that. I'm going to set this over here. I think I might do that in a pretty, I might do that in a pretty blue. And then I have like these little lily of the valley. And then I have this pretty rose. And then here's the back part of the rose. And then I have this little flower here, just some little petals. And then I have this little center part of the flower here, right here, these little guys. And then this part here just kind of holds it in place, so you don't have to worry about the pieces like touching, so you don't have to worry about the painting perfectly. So I'm just going to go ahead and just set that off to the side. And then you do have to paint this back part here. So I'm going to move that over here for now. I'm going to go ahead and grab some green. So I'm going to use the same color again that I used for the blue, and you can see I hardly have any more paint left on it. I'm going to use this mint julep color for the green. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to paint these leaves And my leaves. There we are. And you don't have to be perfect with how you paint, because a lot of the stuff is going to be covered and it layers. That's what I like about the layering. You don't have to be perfect. One area is that this part here with the lavender, you're just going to go over that with purple. You're going to do the little stem green, and then just do the floral part with the purple. So you'll have to do that. So that has to be a little bit better. I mean, but it's not too hard. You're just painting just pretty much straight lines. I mean, not even have to be straight. I'm just gonna grab a little bit more. All right, here we are. And I'm not sure what I want to do with these little berries yet. I'll come back to that. I'm not sure 100% what I want to do with those. But I have these greens over here. I'm going to paint. There we are. Here we go. And you don't have to paint a lot on this layer. This is just all like the back pieces, because you're going to be having a lot of layering. There we go. All right, so there's that. Now I'm trying to decide what I want to do for these little berries. Oh, I gotta get this stem. I'm gonna get these here. There we are. Get the little stems here. Let that dry. There we are. Okay. So our lavender. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna get this area too. I'm gonna paint these, and then these are gonna be white, because Lily of the Valley is white. There we are. Make sure I get those little stems that hang down. There we are. I did want to have all these like extra pieces, just because I feel like you're gonna have tons of little tiny pieces to cut, and then trying to find them all. I figured it'd just be easier to just paint them while they're on the little stem there. Okay. Make sure everything is covered. Okay, so there's that. Make sure I get all these little stems, making sure. All right. Okay. I'll put this over here for now. And trying to decide what color to do that. So on this part of the rainbow is that blue part. I don't want to paint this anything like blue, because it will get lost on that part of the rainbow. So I want to do a contrasting color. Like maybe I might do these in the apricot. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab that apricot and just do these. So it's kind of contrasting with the blue. So these really pop. There we are. There we go. And there we are. I think that's about everything there. These little berries. And if you want to do them in like a darker, like, and really make them really pop, totally up to you. Here we are. I'm just trying to stick with a lot of pastels. For the back part of the flower, I'm going to blend some pastels with some regular shades, because I really want this to really stand out. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get a regular brush for a lot of the other parts. I do have this pretty purple over here that I'm going to use for the lavender. And I'm going to put those, I'm going to paint that here. So I'm going to grab a regular brush for that. So I do have some new brush. So I'm going to just go ahead and grab some of that purple. Just grab a regular brush, and I'm just going to go ahead and paint these areas here with the purple. And like I said, you don't have to be perfect. Like, you don't have to be a great painter. Like, just paint them on there. Like, the only thing you have to do is like right there where the stem meets it. That's the only part you have to really worry about. There we are. I'm just going to go ahead and paint those. Here we go. There. That's a pretty lavender. And you could do this darker if you wanted to. You're just going to go ahead and paint these. There we are. How fun. This is very therapeutic, I feel like. It's very relaxing painting. I'm just going to grab a little bit more. And this one kind of overlaps up here a little bit. Grab a little bit more paint. I'm going to paint this one. I should put a little bit too much paint on my brush. That's why I came over to this one. I didn't want to put too much on that small one. There we go. There we are. There's our little lavender. And you can add a little bit of white to kind of highlight some areas. We can do that to make it look really realistic. Okay. Just to bring those layers out. Oops. There we go. Here we are. A little too cold to be outside in my garage today, so I wanted to be inside. So I'm at my kitchen table working today, and it just seems a little weird to be sitting inside, but it's just been so cold lately. I wanted to be indoors, so I don't have to worry about my heater running. Here we are. Hopefully spring will be here very soon. Okay, so there's our lavender. So that's all you have to do for that. All right. And I think I'm going to I think I'm going to do this part purple too, because I think that's such a pretty color. This color is called Secret Path, and I think that's so pretty. I'm just going to go ahead while I have that purple on my brush, and I'm going to paint this layer here purple. There we are. And I'm going to just paint this here. Alrighty. Okay. And I do have, I'm going to do probably the middle pieces of the flower like a little darker so they pop. So I'm going to come back to that. There we go. So there's my piece of my flower here. So I'm going to probably do these a little bit darker. All right. Okay. So I think I'm going to do another. So I'm going to put this back here, and I have to figure out what color I want to do this back layer of the flower. I haven't decided. And I think I still have to add a little bit more green here. So I'm going to come back. So I always like to make sure before I move on that I got everything before I glue and put everything away. So making sure everything is covered. Here we go. Here. Okay. Making sure everything is covered up. There we are. And it looks like I need a little bit of peach in here. There we go. Alrighty. So I'm going to decide what color I want to do that. Okay. And then this one here is going to go here like that. And I have to decide what color I want to do that. And for this one, I want to do like a red. I'm going to mix this red. This is called Imperial. And it's a nice pretty red. And I'm going to blend it together with a pink. So I'm going to just use my pink. I'm going to use that same little sponge again. And I'm just going to take my red and just kind of blend it together right on here. There we go. Just add a little bit of red because I really want this to pop. There we are. And I want it to be red. I want it to be, you know, a pastel-y color. I don't want it to like, I don't really want any bold colors, like not too bold a color. So I'm blending it. There we are. Some more of that red. Need more red. And I just really want that to look really natural. So there we are. There we go. So I'm just blending colors together to get a new shade, and then I want to do this layer a nice pretty pink. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab, oops, I'm going to wipe this off, and I'm going to use that first pink. Actually, I'm going to use this color here. This one is called Ballet Pink, and I'm going to just shake this up. And I'm going to dip this right in there. I'm going to squeeze this and just dip that right in there. And I'm going to go ahead. I'll bring this over here so you can see this a little better. And that's really pretty. And you get like multiple kind of shades, so it looks really natural. I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more. Move this out of the way so I don't get any paint on here. There we are. There we go. It's just easier when you have all these like little intricate pieces to use one of these little sponges. It's hard to get with a paintbrush. And you just kind of tap it on and you're done really fast. There we go. So there's my pink. Nice bright pink. So now I'm going to come back over here and just see how I like it. That really pops. There we go. So that looks really nice. All right. So now that I got the shade that I want, I really like that. This is going to go like this. I want to see what's the next shade I'm looking to do. I really like the blues. I want to get more blue in here. So this is going to go up against here like this. And then this layer still needs to be painted. I really think a pretty blue for the tulip would look nice, but also I think blue would look nice here, but I also worry this is going to be too close to the bottom of the rainbow. So I don't want to do too much blue down here in this area. So I'm going to do the tulip in a shade of blue. So I'm going to come back over here. And I have a couple shades of blue. I'm going to grab these here. I have this one here. It's called Blueberry. So I'm going to grab that. And I also have the Duck Egg. So there's a couple different shades. So I'm going to go ahead and do the back layer with a darker. So I'm just going to shake my paint. This is a lot of fun. I love picking all the colors out. It is too much fun. Alrighty. And I'm going to go ahead and grab some of that blue. I just leave it right in the cap. And I'm going to tap that right on there. That's a pretty, like a periwinkle blue. Really pretty. Alrighty. And that's all there is for that. Make sure I get all the little pieces. Okay. And I really like that color, so I really want to use that again. I'm going to use this over here. I know I said I don't want to do too much with that, but it might be different enough. What I'll do is I think I'll add some purple to this. Since I have the purple out, I think I'm going to blend this with the purple that I used for the lavender. I'm just going to go ahead and put a layer of it on. It's just so pretty. I love this periwinkle. And I'm going to go ahead and blend some colors together. I'm just going to go ahead and grab some of this and just kind of blend it. It's a nice, pretty, purpley blue. And that is a whole new color. There we go. Okay. Alrighty. So there's that. Okay, so now I have to figure out what color I want to do there too. I'm going to go ahead and wipe this off because I want to do a lighter blue. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this blue and then mix it together with white to create this like highlight piece that goes on top. So I'm going to go ahead, dip this in here. And then I'm going to grab some white. Give a little bit more white. So that way it kind of looks like a little highlighted piece of the tulip. There we are. And you can always keep blending until you get the right color you want. I grab a little bit more of this. Alrighty. And that's a really pretty shade of blue. And then I'm gonna layer it on top so you can see. And it kind of just goes together really well. Okay, that looks really nice for the tulip. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right over here. So the last thing we really need to do is we have to paint these white, and then we have to decide what we want to do with this. And then I'm gonna paint these. Okay, so to paint this one, I'm just deciding maybe like more of that. We had a little bit of the reds because I feel like bringing this color into here would look really sharp. So I'm going to add some more of the pinks. I'm going to add more of the pink in there. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take all this off. And I'm going to paint this layer here. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to grab some of that tea rose. And I'm going to blend the tea rose, and I'm going to add some of the red that I did before. There we go. So it's a kind of a new shade. Not exactly the same shade, but it's kind of similar. I just feel like bringing that in. There we are. Okay. That looks really nice. Okay. Once you get the shade you want, then you're all set. Okay. All right. That looks really pretty. And I'm going to bring this over here. And this here. I'm going to bring this up so you can see it better. I have too many paints out. Let's move this up. There we are. Then I have this layer that goes here. And then I have to decide the middle piece that's going to go right in here. So I'm thinking, I mean, I really want that to pop. So even like a yellow would look really, really nice. Or I might do like a combination of the yellow and the apricot. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to blend I'm going to take the yellow that I already have out. That was yellow already on my my sponge. And I'm going to just go ahead and tap this on. So I'm going to just add a hair more yellow. There we go. So there's yellow and the apricot. So it really pops. And I got some on there. There we go. Very subtle. You see how that looks? Yeah, it really pops nice. I like that. Okay, now all I have left are painting these little guys here white. And I think that's all there is left. And I have to paint the words, and then I'm going to put everything all together. So for the words, I haven't decided what color I want to do yet. I think once I put everything together, I think it will come to me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab a brush to paint those. Oh, I still have some paint on this one. I'm going to grab some white paint for these Lily of the Valley flowers. All right, just gonna, this paint's been open a little bit. It's starting to get a little chunky, my white. There we are. My white is definitely chunky from having it open too long. Been using my white paint all afternoon. And the other thing you just don't want to just make sure that when you get close to the stem that you don't get the paint on the stem, but it's all good. And this white paint isn't the greatest. Like, I feel like you kind of sometimes you have to go over. It's pretty good white chalk paint, but I feel like sometimes you have to go over it a few times. So, and it's been open. I left the lid open. And so I'm just using the paint from the lid, so it's getting a little chunky. There we are. And then this little guy here. There we are. And then this guy right at the very end. I'm going to come back to that first one. Don't worry. All right. Let's try to work out those brush strokes. I'm going to come back to this. I had a little bit too much paint. That's why I left this one. I'll come back. I came back to it. There we are. And I'm gonna just move this up so you can see a little better. I'm just holding it down so it doesn't move. And you don't have to be a great painter to do this part. I mean, just making sure that you don't get any paint on the stems, that's all. And I'm just gonna make sure I get everything here. That's it. Okay. Okay, so that's a lot of fun. Very relaxing. A little bit more paint on this side of the brush. I'm just gonna wipe off. There we are. Okay. There's my Lily of the Valley. Just want to make sure I work those brush strokes out. The paint was a little chunky. Alrighty, just make sure I get all the paint chunks out of there. Okay. All right, and then I'm gonna wash that brush. There we go, and that's it. And you can go through and you can add like any highlights in any areas, really how you wanna go about putting this together, how you wanna paint it, whatnot, really however you wanna put this together, how you wanna do it. That's really all there is to the florals. A lot of fun to do. And now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go grab the rainbow so we can put everything together now. So here's my rainbow. And I'm going to pick this whole piece up now. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this once this is all ready to go. I just want to pick this up. I only have one hand. I'm going to switch. Put this here. There we are. And I'm gonna put this right on top, all one piece. There we go. And I'm gonna just line it all up. I gotta move all my paints out of the way. I make such a mess when I'm painting. There we are. There we go. And then you're just gonna make sure you line everything up just right. And that's it. And then I do have the words. So there's everything all assembled. I'm just gonna move things out of the way so you can get the whole picture. So I can move everything and you can see it. There we go. There we are. So there's the whole thing. And I really like that. That came out really fun. And yeah, I think I'm happy with it. And if you're good with how you do yours, you can go ahead, glue everything down. These two colors are a little bit similar, so maybe I might go back and paint one just maybe a hair different. But yeah, I think it's pretty good. And then I do have the round. So this is my round. And it's just a big white wooden circle, and I stained it white. So I'm going to just go ahead. I'm going to zoom this all the way out. Let me try to lift this up so you can see it. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pick this whole thing up. I'm going to pick this whole thing up, and then I'll show you how the words go on. I'm just going to pick this whole thing in one big piece. And I'm going to switch this with my round. So you can cut this on, if you have a big laser, you can cut this on your laser, or you can buy these on craft deals. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this on here. Make sure I get it all straight. There we go. And you can put that on your round. Just going to try to move things out of the way. My table is full. There we are. And so there's that. And then I'm going to try to zoom this out a little bit more. There we are. So once you see, like, you get where you want it, you can put that on your round. And it does have words. It does have the words welcome friends. So you can decide how you want to position them. So you got welcome. Might move this up a little bit more. Really how you want to put it on your round. There we go. And you get the word friends. Welcome friends. Like that. And you can even have it like hang off the side. If you want to center it more, you can have like these pieces hang off. It's really how you want to do it. It doesn't all have to be on the round. Or you can shrink it down, really how you want to do it. Here's our little eye dot. And there's also a little butterfly. So you can put the butterfly over here. You can put it in the middle, however you want to do that. I haven't decided how I want to paint the words yet. Maybe in like a pastel, like a purple. Really not sure yet, but I'm gonna decide a little bit later how I want to do that. But I'm pretty happy, and I think it came out really cute. All right, well, let me know what you think. All right, and then you just go ahead and put like those sawtooth hangers on the back of your rounds. But craftdeals.com, you can get these rounds, or you can cut it on your laser. I do have some files for rounds, but it does have that line in the center. But I do sell just the circles in another file if you want to buy the rounds, or you can put this on like a square. Really, however you want to do it. It's up to you. What I include in the file is just the rainbow, the words, and the florals and everything. But I don't include the round, but you're welcome to decide how you want to do that. All right, well, thanks for joining, and I hope you enjoy everything that we did today. And let me know if you decide you want to try out those little sponge tip applicators. All right, well, thanks a lot. Bye.